Hello, hello! Yet another pro game commentary here. I actually, this time, clicked on Salce's game, but looks like we've got Wingsofdeathx and Rainbow Thugs back in this one here. Also some other names that you may be familiar with, so let's check it out. Obviously, this is going to be around 2400 ELO solo queue ranked game. I just got back from watching Looper, and definitely recommend. Really good show, especially if you like Bruce Willis, or if you don't really matter. It's a good show. So this game here should be pretty interesting. I'm actually very excited because they've got Hecarim, who's not playing the jungle. He's actually doing top lane, which is something that I used to do a lot of. Of course, more recently been playing a lot of Jace and then the new champion, but he is actually a very, very strong champion, has a bit of a weak laning phase, and starts to pick up later. In the meantime, though, we've got both teams kind of grouping up here in the forest, and they don't know that each other are there. So we're gonna have to see if something bad happens here. And I'm not sure if, like, I've never really seen people group up like that, but now that they saw them running in, they definitely know they're there. So the whole team on red is there, just looking for an opportunity to gank somebody. Luckily, they did actually stand in the bush. That's not something people normally do, though. So that's I guess that's very lucky of them that they decided to actually defend that and guard it. So I'm guessing they just predicted that they would try and steal the red from out underneath Lee Sin and try and like mess up his jungle, and that's a really good prediction. So they stopped that from happening. No first blood happening, before the game starts here. So everyone is just gonna head back to their own jungle. Lee Sin's gonna get a decent start and a little bit of a delayed beginning for the jungler over here on red side. So it's not gonna hurt too bad. It is Dr. Mundo. That's probably why they predicted that would happen. I do know that Mundo does like to do a lot of counter jungling and is effective at it. So we'll have to see if he decides to continue running into the enemy jungle after this point, or if he's gonna go for a standard jungle start and pick up all of his own jungle creeps and then head out for a gank. As far as Lee Sin is concerned, though, now that he has gotten his red buff and will be up at the blue, top lane is going to have to be very careful, as Lee Sin early ganks are extremely scary, and if you can kind of slow down Jax from getting strong early on, that's going to be great, as he does actually pose pretty big threat against Hecarim. As he starts to level up a little bit, he can do so much burst damage with his leap. And, Hecarim's damage is pretty good early on, and then it will start to fall off in comparison, especially once Wings hit level 6. And you'll notice already that the Hecarim is having a really bad time. He's all the way up at the wrong side of the tower. That's going to be first blood for the Mundo and giving Jax that big lead. So good job for the Mundo actually coming up there and making a play. I was actually expecting the Lee Sin to head up top before he did, but that was definitely not the case. And on the bottom lane, yet another Fiddlesticks, and this is starting to become a recurring theme, that Fiddlesticks and the support role, and exhaust goes down. Not really going to be enough to really allow a kill. In fact, that might actually backfire on them, having placed down that exhaust so early, because he was not actually attacking, so it didn't actually stop any of the damage that he could have been doing. And another gank by Rainbow Thugs in the middle lane is going to turn Salce down from being able to farm any further, but a nice counter gank is going to pick up possibly 2 kills if he can land a Q. No, it doesn't look like his cooldown wasn't up, or he just didn't want to go for it underneath the turret there. So I was actually expecting Boat to grab 2 of them there. Either way, though, that is going to be a 1-for-1 trade between the junglers. Mundo doing a great job so far in top lane. Looks like, oh my god, I don't want to watch this. Seems like he got extremely low. Nice little trade there. So Wings, actually, let's back up a little bit more. So Wings is about half HP, not worrying about anything. That's about the same time he dies there. Okay, and so he's able to take him out. This is what I was talking about, like, only at, well, he's 2 levels ahead, so that's probably the reason for it. He did get stunned, and also he's getting hit by all these creeps. This was a terrible time for Hecarim to engage here. He could have easily won that fight if he had not been attacked by all these creeps. In fact, I wish I could look at the death recap to see how much the Hecarim took from the creeps, because there was a cannon creep plus a whole wave and a few extra attacking him there. Not the smartest decision, as not only is he dying there and is going to be even further behind, but now he's going to be losing out on all that creep farm. The best thing that I noticed out of, 100 or so games on Hecarim, yes, I played that many top lane Hecarim's game, is that the best thing you can do on Hecarim is to just farm and be very passive in the lane. Like, yeah, sometimes you can pick up kills if you're a little bit aggressive, but a lot of times it's very easy to just freeze at your turret with Hecarim and farm and not really lose out on a lot of creeps. And then ideally what you want to do is you grab a couple of gold per 5s, and then later on you pick up your Trinity Force, and bam, you're really strong. You can run around and be a huge threat on the enemy team if you have that item extremely fast. But now that he's behind, it's going to be very difficult for him to actually, farm safely against this Jax. But I don't know, I could be wrong. We'll have to see if he's able to hold on at all. Like, as you can see, the Jax is already getting extremely aggressive. Might actually take him out again. In fact, he's probably just going to have to back off. If he stays in the lane, he will surely die. I just don't see him getting away. And on bottom lane, an exhaust goes down, but a nice jump back from the Corki allows him to get away. Valkyrie, saving grace right there. One of the longer jukes that AD carries have. And Hecarim, man, he's just getting punished. Oh, man, almost got taken down. But that was actually a really good job by Lee Sin. And used that bait to take down the Jax. He was like, yep, I'm low, you can kill me, jump on me. And I feel like that's one thing you just have to kind of predict happening. Jax was really confident. He was like, okay, I'm going to take out this dumb Hecarim. And he's like, oh no, get ganked. So definitely I fall for that sometimes as well. But you have to really be wary about that when you don't have the ward. And the weird thing is that he did have a ward, so I'm actually not sure how he got ganked like that. So kind of weird situation. Lee Sin still doing work on the rest of the map. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 2v2 situation. Both sides get away, and that's just going to be a little bit of a retreat. As Ellie Beee is sitting here, looks like bad news bears for you, Mr. Lee Sin. Trying to do a little bit of counter jungle. They were successful. Thugs and Bee both up in his jungle, taking him out. That was very interesting. In fact, what was that pirate doing there, in fact? Yeah, I guess he just kind of roamed up there and was waiting for it, so I don't even know why he was there. So kind of a weird situation in my opinion. So in the middle lane, I haven't really seen much else other than those couple of ganks, which have been really doing a great job, but a little bit of a weird setup. You don't see as many mid Lulus anymore after they gave her nerfs after that first or second patch after she was released. Can't even remember exactly what they did. I think they lowered her ratios a little bit, maybe mana cost, something like that. She's still a great champion with a lot of AP, and she can do some decent damage with her poke, but definitely not as strong as some of the other AP carries in comparison. So I feel like it's more of a fun pick. It's not really the strongest pick in mid any longer. So we'll have to see if it actually will out-carry the Judy Monica or not. She is getting a lot of attention though here with Lee Sin coming in and ganking, so that's going to help her out tremendously. Let's actually take a look at the farm numbers. I didn't match these up, so you'll notice, yeah, it's not actually a big amount, so it's not a huge bit yet. Wingsofdeathx not going to win this fight. Ignite is enough to take him down, so he might have bit off just a little bit more than he could chew on that one, and I'm guessing that armor from Ninja Tabby was just enough to keep him alive. Thugs over here trying to do some work, but is going to go down to the Corki. Actually, no, the Lee Sin grabs the kill. I thought Corki was truly grab that one. And then they get yet another one onto the Graves. If they decide to dive this, they could possibly pick up the Pirate. They're really looking to go for it. He's going to go ahead and have Fiddle take the hits for him. And no, they're not going to finish him up. They just couldn't get the turret to focus on the right thing there. And that's unfortunate. If they could have had a few more creeps, they would have easily picked up a kill onto the pirate here, but unfortunately, no sir, he gets away. You don't even have to eat an orange for it to decay. And Wingsofdeathx back in the lane. Let's see, now that he's level 6, I feel that he should be stronger than Hecarim if he decides to do a full-on engage. Of course, I'm not sure if he was level 6 in that fight, or possibly he was low health and then turned 6. So I don't really know why he lost that. Probably just got outplayed, I guess, if not. So, cool thing about the new Katarina, I really like this, moving on to another topic, is that, at first, a lot of people were really complaining about her, that played her a lot, and they didn't think she was going to be as strong. But every time I see Katarina, she seems to be doing really well now. She has a lot of changes on her that make her more consistently good, in my opinion. She may or may not snowball as hard as before. I'm not really sure because I never played a lot of Katarina, but I think that she's better overall because of her changes. The fact that she can farm so much easier, she has a really good wave clear. I mean, that's a big one all around. Top lane looks like both junglers coming up to gank. Lifeless Eye is getting really low. He's going to have to move out of there. And nice job by Salce coming in with a perfectly timed ultimate. They do pick up RainbowThugs, and now we're going to dive on top of Wingsofdeathx. He's in trouble. He's not going to be able to get away from that or pick up any kills unless Boat sticks around and takes more turret hits. That was actually really close. Almost lost those double buffs, which it looks like the red buff is still fresh as well, so those are not something you want to lose. And mid lane is trying to get pushed down there as Salce is not there. Judy wants to take advantage of this and force him to lose as many creeps as possible. That's the best thing you can do if your lane has already left and you didn't catch it in time and you weren't able to follow them. You know, obviously that sucks, and it's better if you can and you can help out, but if they're already up there, the next best thing you can do is to try and shove down the lane as fast as possible, force your lane to lose as many creeps as you can, and possibly do some tower damage. So that was much better for blue team. They obviously got the kills as well as picking up a turret. That's going to give a lot more flexibility for Hecarim to either roam around the map if he would like to and have a presence and dragon fights or whatever. It could also backfire against him if Jax effectively holds the lane here. You'll notice he's actually, yeah, he is. He's going to try and freeze it right back here. And so that could backfire against Hecarim if Hecarim's not going to be able to farm as well. So, my God, I just missed by here. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what exactly happened down here. Looks like Fiddle was able to pick something up in the bottom lane. Already has his hearted gold, and so he's a little bit tanky, no AP, but you don't really need it. It's more about just it looks like he didn't even need his ultimate. Mostly that was all about Corki, and then at the very end of it, he just got off his ultimate and picked up the kill with, I don't know if it was his ultimate that picked it up, but either way, he did just enough damage to grab that at the very end. And now they're going to be grabbing the dragon, so blue team doing really well right now, up several kills and about 5,000 gold, just about, just a little bit less, and that dragon's going to make it even worse for them. So now they have the timer on the drag. Red team has no idea when it's going to be coming back up. Honestly, don't know how I feel about them deciding to go for Gangplank as the support. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yeah, it did for a while, but a long time ago they actually nerfed a few of his abilities that make him a decent support, so that's kind of one reason he's not as strong anymore. Now, it looks like GoatonaBoat is gonna go down. Judy picking up several kills. She can probably chain this one if she has enough damage with that ignite. It just might not be enough, though. I think that last tick will not grab the kill, so that is unfortunate for him. He's not gonna get the reset on that. RainbowThugs on the run, though, as he is getting chased by Fiddlesticks and Salce. Looks like Monica is going to try and make some plays down here, but it might backfire as they are still around waiting for something to happen. And now with the fear, that's going to be plenty of damage to take him down with no problem. Fiddle is getting all of the kills here, though. So let's see if he's able to make use of that gold, or if that's just going to make it a little bit harder for Corki to get extremely fed. I think it's going to work out just fine, as Corki does have 2 kills, and he seems to be farming. He seems to be farming well, and so that's going to work out. Now on the top lane, I don't know if Lifeless Eyes can get away from here. Does he have his cooldown on his E? No, it looks like he just used it, but either way, he's tanky enough already that he is able to get away from that. He didn't go for his Phage first. Instead, he went for Sheen so that he can have more damage. So that's the 2 different things you can do. Generally, you're always going to pick up a Trinity Force on the Hecarim, but I don't know. You have to kind of decide between Phage and Sheen first. Yes, you'll get more damage with Sheen, but personally, I like the Phage just for kind of slowing people down and jumping onto them and things like that. In this particular case, it might work out for him. He actually got Wings without any mana, so Wings is going to have a hard time fighting this. And oh my God, that was perfect timing for the Gangplank ultimate. This is one situation where having that Gangplank as support player is very beneficial. If not for that ultimate, I'm pretty sure Hecarim would have definitely grabbed that kill. I mean, he might have died in the meantime to an ignite, but the fact that it slowed him down allowed Wings to actually get away with that kill without dying. So that was really close. Bottom lane does finally go down, and that's going to be 2 turrets lead. No, actually it is 1 turret lead. I didn't notice that he had the top turret. So far they are definitely not like super far ahead in terms of snowballing and that sort of thing, but they're definitely on a good path if they continue playing like they are currently. So the other thing to really take note of, however, is that I think that red team probably has the better late game, I want to say, just due to the fact that they've got the, some hard carry champions. Even though Gangplank is a support, if it got very late game, he could finally pick up some items that made him strong enough to be a lot more damaging than the Fiddlesticks. But with Fiddlesticks getting that many kills, I don't know, Fiddle can hurt really bad with his ultimate. It's a really ridiculous amount of damage. So we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Salce is building straight up AP. He's going to have a lot of damage with his Q, but again, that's mostly bursty and cooldown reliant. Thug's now not aware that he was getting jumped onto by surprise Fiddlesticks. Looks like he might go down if they have just a little bit more damage, but holy crap, everyone is there, ready to go. Salce picks up a double kill. Not Salce, but sorry, Judy Monica picks up a double kill. They were not really ready for the whole team to be there, but now that they've all grouped up, they were able to push it back in onto them. Unfortunately, red team needed to grab those kills and get out of there, and they just didn't do so. And now Salce grabs a double kill. So I said it ahead of time. Too much looper action going on here. They're sending people back in the past and all sorts of stuff. Anyways, that's going to be, once again, a good thing for blue team as they took out 1 extra person, and they're going to grab the tower here. If red team was able to just grab that 2 kills and then jump back, then that would have been great for them. So that's just one of those things where it looks like you're going to be in a really good situation. You got your whole team there, and then you burst all of your abilities to kill a couple of champions, but unfortunately the rest of them show up and they've all got their spells ready to go, and you just can't handle that. So on the bottom lane, looks like Red's trying to do some work here. Unfortunately, he's just not going to do enough damage to take out the turret before getting jumped onto by Lifeless Eyes. And this is one thing that Hecarim really excels at, is just chasing people down. And now that he has that phase, you'll notice he does have him slowed. He's going to be able to pick this up, and with Lee Sin in there, bam, he's going to grab it. Lands the Q perfectly. Very beautiful gank there by GoatonaBoat, and we are just continually looking worse and worse here on red side. So unless they're able to turn around a very important critical team fight, potentially at a Baron or something like that, I don't know what they are going to be able to do other than just slowly and methodically get their turrets beaten down. And that's kind of what we're starting to see happen here. Of course, we are getting a little bit more grouping up, and that was a nice jump by Lee Sin. Of course, it just wasn't enough damage to finish off Ellie. And down goes with so much poke. The Corki's able to pick up Mundo. And they're just going to easily grab this turret. They can't defend. They're way too low HP. So much poke there. Yes, Corki is low on mana, but even still, they could probably hold this off if they were able. Oh my god, that was almost a good job by Judy Monica. It doesn't look like he got in range to blink another. Actually, he blinked on the turret, and so I wasn't sure if he's gonna like blink to the turret and then, or sorry, to the ward and then flash in an ulti or what. But either way, it just looked like he like kind of blinked in and wasn't in range to really do any damage.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
All right, and that is yet again another dragon for blue team. Right now they're looking at about 10,000 lead at 18 minutes. They're going to need to take down a few more turrets here to get back into the game. Even though it's a 10,000 lead, they can still come back. It's just going to be, there's just going to be a very small window that they can make some plays happen. They're going to have to really capitalize on somebody's mistakes very soon in order to get back into the game. Right now, it seems like they are trying to play it fairly safe, as they don't have very many options at this point. Sorry, I just keep hiccuping. And so right now picking up their jungle buffs when they can, and they don't have their red. Looks like they grabbed that. I can't even remember if someone lost it or if it was stolen or whatever. Looks like Wings continues to farm on the top lane here. How much gold does he have? Looks like 1384. So getting close to enough gold to have that Trinity. Needs just about 300 more, I guess. Yeah, about 300 more gold, and he'll be able to pick up that full Trinity for it. So I imagine he wants to stay in the lane until he has enough for that, and then he'll be really strong. Master Yi, 420, waiting around in the bush here, looking for a time to jump over and do some big work. Here's the flash, and that was kind of funny. He thought he can get in range for the fear with the flash. Unfortunately, it wasn't close enough, and then he just ran away once he saw Mundo. But he is doing a good job of looking for the opportunities, and that's pretty much what you have to do on Fiddle. You have to hide behind those bushes. You have to hide over the walls and look for chances to jump onto people. They don't know where ward is right here, so they're thinking they're being sneaky, but they are completely out in the open in terms of vision is concerned. And GoatonaBoat as well as you coming around here. Thug should know this is coming. He should be able to run away. He saw them run into the bush there, but that is not going to be too big of a problem. Now we have a 3v2 here. However, Judy Monica is a bit afraid of life-size damage. He does pop his ult off and a W just in time to clean that up. That was just enough damage. And Hecarim is not tanky enough yet to handle that amount of burst. Now with 4 people on blue team coming in here, that could be bad. Judy Monica going in for a fight that she cannot win. Not sure what the point of that was. Didn't have her ultimate either. Just went in with a blink and a W. Rainbowthug's going to be able to hold off here as he is quite tanky. He does have a Warmogs and working on now looks like a little bit of resists. But I don't like what Judy did there. It felt like kind of like a power play to try and pick up a kill and suicide. Unfortunately, did not get a kill and put their team just even further behind. Now we have an Oracles on Ellie. Let's see if he can clear out some wards, get themselves some map control, and potentially be able to catch somebody off guard and make a play here soon. Excuse me. I'm like dying here. I just like drank some water and went down the wrong hole. Okay, I'm good. LEB is gonna find GoatonaBoat, but probably cannot engage that. He's 2 levels behind, and his support has no damage items. GoatonaBoat, though, not wanting to make any risky plays, decides not to try and fight that. He probably could have eventually killed him, but I do feel like he would have just baited himself into dying there if he had decided to try and fight that. And now with Master Yi having Oracles, you know, I should probably stop saying Master Yi, even though that's his summoner name. It is a Fiddlesticks, so imagine some of you guys will probably get confused by that. And over here, Graves gonna get jumped onto, and wow, completely juked out of there. Lifeless totally whiffs his ultimate. There we go, nice. Cannon barrage comes down to kind of keep them from diving any further. Not going to help them engage or grab any kills, but it will keep them at bay for just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, he's not going to have that for the next team fight. Chaseonfireeeeee going to have to back off. Does not have enough HP to either defend or engage. And I think they're going to be able to easily take this turret down, as it is low enough to grab that without any resistance. They don't have a lot of range here. They're all kind of champions that want to jump in and do melee damage, whereas there is a decent amount of range on blue team. So as we start to group up here in team fights, you know, with how far behind red is, I don't think they can really fully engage on this anymore. I did feel like red would have a better late game team just with all the engagement stuff, but they're not going to be able to make it to that point. Wow, that was a really terrible dive at, oh yes, double kill by Salce. What a nasty dive. I was actually thinking that was going to be really bad. For some reason I thought it was Fiddlesticks diving, but Fiddlesticks picked up a kill there, so they are able to jump in there and grab 3 kills without dying, even under so much turret pressure. So very nice job, and if they weren't so far ahead with a lead like that, they would have totally whiffed that. I mean, I can't see that going so well without that huge lead. So kind of a timing attack on that one. If they had waited any longer for these guys to farm up and get a bit stronger, then that would be much more difficult. But now that they're in such a huge lead at this point in the game, they're able to easily jump in there. They grab the turret, they get the inhibitor down, and now they're just going to run back and heal up most likely and go for either the Baron, force out a Baron fight, or just continue pushing in. They need to get out of here though. This could be bad. They are all full HP. They've got their cooldowns ready to go, and I don't think Salce is going to be able to get away from this one. I'm not sure why they're still getting... They could turn this around. This could be... Oh, nice. Lifeless actually still has his ultimate. I didn't realize his ultimate was up. And that thing can really turn fights around. It was able to fear out several people on the enemy team doing lots of damage. And they turn around a double kill for the Corki, who had that blue buff. He didn't have any mana, really, but just enough regen to cast a few abilities and do enough damage to take down several more red team. That is just so bad. I mean, it's just too terrible that they're that far behind that even though it felt like a really perfect engage for them to be able to chase that down. But Lifeless came in just right and really did a great job. And I have to say, this is probably that little fight right there is probably a good testament to the skill level of these players, because I feel like in my elo around the 1700s, a lot of people might just run away from that fight as they were low HP. You notice that I think who was it, the Corki or GoatonaBoat or somebody was low health, and then it didn't really look like a fight that might have been won, but the fact that they were so far ahead on gold and whatnot, and the fact that he had his ultimate up, it was just enough to really jump in there and make a huge play, and that's exactly what happened. So have to give big credit, because I was actually thinking, oh no, don't go into that fight, but it worked out perfectly for them. Got a double kill for Corki, so yeah, whatever, good job. And that's gonna be a huge, look at that, that's almost 20,000 gold if they keep that up just a little bit longer. So still no Baron yet, not exactly necessary. They are at a position right now at only 25 minutes where, look at this Lifeless has a GA and his Trinity Force, so it's going to be really difficult for them to actually take him down. Whenever I play Hecarim, I never really pick up a GA, and I still hardly ever die, because it's just so, not only is he so tanky, but it's really easy to get away from fights with him by just using your devastating charge, or yeah, your devastating charge to just run away. And I don't know, I guess he just wants to be super tank mode here and be completely wild and crazy, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. He jumps in there and does some damage, not going to lose the J either, and GoatonaBoat not going to be able to clean up bugs, as he does have his ultimate pop, so he's going to continue on that regen. And you got Fiddlesticks sitting in the back here waiting to fear and silence people. It seems that he was actually a pretty big threat this game, so the Fiddlesticks support, not too bad. And I guess on top of being able to do some nice silencing and fearing of the enemy team, you also have a decent amount of damage once you jump in there with that ultimate, even though he doesn't have a ton of AP. Actually, I don't even know, what is the damage on that base? You got Pro Storm at level 2 doing 255 damage each second. So that's not bad, that's 5 seconds. So that's about 1,000 damage. You know, obviously he doesn't have any penetration or anything like that, but it's not terrible. Looks like, unfortunately, Lifeless does lose his GA, but he's not going to lose his life. They were able to defend for just a little bit longer there, and I don't know, I still feel like this is a losing battle. They're just kind of delaying the inevitable. Oh my god, it looks like Lifeless stays in a little bit too long, right in the thick of things. And Wings not able to pick up the kill. Good job. There's that fear from Fiddlesticks, just forcing the Jacks to just walk around aimlessly, not be able to pick up the kill. Yeah, I'm starting to like this yeah, I don't know. I really like the Fiddlesticks. It's pretty cool. It's like a new thing. I've seen it twice now. Last game that I casted and this one, and it's been pretty cool. So I guess props to Elements or whoever it was that invented that. And I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of that in the near future, or if it's just a new flavor of the month type thing. But anyways, that is going to be the surrender and the victory. So sorry about some of my stuttering there. I've been having a few seizures, which you probably have heard me have every once in a while when I cast. But Either way, I got through it. If you guys enjoyed the cast, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys around for the next one. Peace out.